What's up, Cycle fam? Welcome back to the channel. Mr. Don the Cyclist. I got race footage for y'all, but we're gonna do this a little bit different. I've realized that after looking at the algorithms and how you guys watch these race videos, you don't really watch the whole thing, which is fair. It is long. Sometimes they can be an hour long, or sometimes it can get a little bit chatty. But these videos take a lot of time to edit, especially when putting on overlays. So from here on out for the race videos, I'm gonna do it a little bit different by just doing highlights, quick key points, and then we're gonna wrap it up. It's been brought to my attention that a lot of local competition has been watching my videos, and it has affected some of our races. So I'm not gonna give away too much, but just enough to keep it entertaining. And maybe you might be able to learn something, especially if you're getting into racing, for any of my subscribers who are just now trying to figure out if they want to take cycling more serious or get into racing, or if they realize that they just want to live vicariously through me. But sit back, enjoy. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get the algorithms up. So this is the crit of the Georgia Games Road Race Series. They have a crit, a road race, and a TT. I did the road race. I did not finish that. I really went out there just to get a feeler. The heat did get the best of me, so I'm not going to call it a race if I didn't finish. But I do have footage of this crit. I feel good that I was able to get back out there and race my bike comfortably, and just to get myself back to that confidence level that I had on the bike. Also, this is home court. This is where we do our Tuesday night crit. So it felt really good to get back on the bike, race with the team, turn corners, rail my bike as fast as I can, and get back into that strategy and not have to think about, don't crash, Donovan, don't crash, Donovan, don't crash. For the first time on this race, I actually felt like I was racing my bike, and I didn't have that noise in my head that I've been working on trying to get out for the last couple months after those bad accidents. So bringing something a little bit different, we have 2 point of views on this race. Mike, he's rocking the blue Abus Game Changer helmet. He has the camera on the top, so I will be going back and forth between footage, so you can see just a different perspective of the race. But this is just highlights, guys. This race, I really didn't do too much. I sat in. The race was fast. The competition this year compared to last year, normally the teams were doing more in the race, but it seems like a lot of the individual riders came out to really race their bike. A lot of attacks were going off nonstop, so there was no need for me to really get active. And we had guys that were covering attacks, and we also had guys that try to do some attacks of themselves. But I just basically sat in, and the main point of this shot really is just to show that we're back racing, we're back getting acclimated, and I have other footage for you guys out in Savannah, Roebling, which was my very first videos that I dropped, race videos that I dropped on this channel. So if you guys want to go back and check that out, and then also come back and see the new race videos to just see the improvement over the year. But man, when I say that, that is a sweet one for you guys that I really think you guys would like. I was really active in that race and covering a lot of attacks, responding to attacks, getting out in the front, put my head in the wind. Really fun race. And like I said, that's when I noticed that it was brought to my attention that my videos are being watched by local competition. Anyway, quick stats on the screen. Normalized power 252, average power 200. I try to keep this race as smooth as possible for myself. I felt great, but my legs just didn't feel like they were snappy. I didn't have that snappy feel that I was hoping to have going into this race. I'm not sure if that was just maybe like sleep. I don't know. For Cat 4, I would say we're moving pretty quick. 25.4 miles per hour was the average. They actually put Cat 5 into this race. Normally they have it separated, but since Cat 5 was such a small field, they went ahead and squeezed them in. So we had a field of about 32 or 33 riders. Also, to keep this race fair so that we don't have too much of an advantage, the race organizers moved the start-finish line to the uphill finish on the other side of the course versus the downhill finish right here that you can see as we're coming down on this fast section. This fast section on Tuesday night crits, this is where we normally have the start-finish, but they moved on the opposite side. So coming into the Bell Lap, I was in great shape. I felt like I was in the right position coming into that Bell Lap, but of course that last lap frenzy happens. You get that washing machine effect. Everyone's coming around you, and before you know it, you're at the back. And I know that last year I felt like that was one of my weaknesses, was just kind of procrastinating my position and ending up in the wrong place. Your sprint means nothing if you can't get in the right position. So I made sure to react immediately. I assessed myself. I assessed how I was feeling. Legs weren't really there. I was actually pretty concerned that I wasn't going to really have a snap when it came down to the line. Of course, it's the uphill finish too, so those aren't my favorite. But I made sure I was able to react to an attack, that early attack that went off by a bona fide rider. I jumped on Mike's wheel, and we kept it pushing. And right when we were getting to that sprint, right when we were getting to that downhill part before it goes up, I was getting ready to initiate my launch. I was just kicking up the cadence a little bit, and I was bumped by a Project One rider who's also a very, very strong kid. He won the race. But he bumped me, which is not a problem. I was actually ready for it. I was expecting it. But at the same time, I wanted to finish the race the way I started. I didn't want to go down. I just wanted to have the full confidence of coming into this race, finishing it, performing well, to give myself a boost going into Savannah races. That was all I was using this race for. The beginning of the year, I had this race marked down as like my A list. But with how everything happened, all the plans changed. So when I felt that bump, it kind of hit a trigger button, and I was just like, I'm not fighting for that. I'm gonna let it go. I'm riding my bike, and I'm racing my bike for another day. So anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching the footage. We have the Savannah Roebling races. You know, that's two days of racing over the weekend on a racetrack. They run that one direction, and then they counterclockwise the next day. And then also, biggest event, we have One Love. I know you guys will really enjoy that. One Love is just a big event that Metro Atlanta Cycling Club puts on. It's a celebration on bikes. Everyone comes out from Virginia, New York, New Jersey, the DMV, California, Florida, and just comes out and enjoy bikes. So I'm gonna do a whole series on that, starting from Thursday Tango, starting from the Fish Fry ride, the Century ride on Saturday, the recovery ride. We like to put that in quotes because it's not really a recovery ride. And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Remember, hit that like, subscribe button. Peace.
Mr. Dan.